so you step forward in I guess this spiritual form, and you see Dawn in your suit of armor standing there with the group, like a group of heroes. Like there's Bulwark and there's several others, including some people you don't know there. And they're in what looks like space, and there's a bunch of cards laid out, and you see them all through. At this point, though, you see Sarek talking to them. You actually see Sarek trying to get the information out of them about why they're doing the cards. Luckily, they do not tell.
Well, yeah.
But Sarek's like, I will find out. I will find out one way or another eventually why you're doing it. But he says, make sure to let Mask know that I tamed his cards and I did all this stuff to him, and blah, blah. He's just sort of going off about how he won up and got Mask's cards out of the way. The group steps through a portal, and they end up back on the boat. So at this point, when it comes back on the boat, everyone decides to lay down and rest and do a lot of stuff. There is some commotion and some other things. Like the boat is very lively and busy. I was looking for Wolfie. I know Wolfie's on there. So you're on the boat for a while, and you've been asleep. Like you're not tired at all, but your suit, whatever is in your suit of armor, lays down and just won't wake up. Like once you step through, it just sort of laid down. You notice a bunch of them notice this, and they're trying to wake them up, and they're trying to check on Lion, or at least Lion's armor.
Yeah.
So you watch carefully, and you notice that the scroll is on him. He has the scroll. All right, good he took it and threw it through, right? So, at this point, you notice Archer. Have you played with Dusty's character yet? Vincent.
Mayor had to leave.
That's right. So Vincent comes down and is checking him, and a bunch of them are doing stuff, and they find the scroll. So they get it, and it's unlocked. At this point, you notice it's unlocked. It's still not, and they're hoping that, like, they sense magic. So several of the people there are magical, so they sense magic, and they open the scroll up. And when they do, the scroll disappears, and that person forms out of the scroll.
Okay.
So he's wearing it's got armor on, but it's sort of similar to yours, but it's very different too.
Okay.
So, but he's got like a shield, like a shield attached to his back, and some other stuff too.
Stuff I wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's not stuff.
Okay.
But he's very different than you. He doesn't have a helmet, so you don't really recognize this person.
Okay.
So you listen, and he talks about his real name is Tarkus, and he recognizes the suit of armor. So he informs everyone that is his suit of armor, or at least it was. He asks why he's out of it. So, and if the company, these people are the ones that have recovered the armor, the people there tell him that this armor is not yours. It's Lion's who's wearing it. And he goes, Lion, my squire. Lion.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Like Lion, was barely trained. Is like. So they said, as far as we know, Lion has it. This is Lion's, and so he looks at it and he sees the symbol or whatever, that it's been branded, and that it's been passed down. So he doesn't understand to this point.
Yeah, because he ain't dead.
So, so of course you're watching this.
Yeah, I'm just sitting
So-
here floating away.
And Goody's sitting, and then you realize that Goody's standing next to you. He's also in Corporeal, and he's eating popcorn. He said, "The drama." So it's like, he said, "Did you ever know his real name?" As he's chowing down on his popcorn.
No, we wasn't allowed to know each other's real names. He don't even know mine.
So I said, "No, listen. He's about to. It's like he's going to introduce him." So, and as the person that you knew apparently was Eagle Heart, he reveals his true name, which is Tarkus.
Good name.
So he introduces his name as Tarkus Dane.
Don't ask me lines.
Well, that's not the point.
Before we get there.
And that he remembers being slain, at least, but he's all confused. He doesn't really realize.
So he's got amnesia.
Yeah, it's just sort of like he doesn't remember the moment of death. He just thought that he didn't die right there, but but it's just like the death, and now he's back here.
I'm assuming the branding has to be done by Bob, so that makes it where he knows.
Or if the person would pass it on.
Well, I can't brand it myself.
I know, but like the knight, if the knight's alive and passes it on, he can pass it that way.
Yeah, so basically he knows that if he didn't pass it on, that he knows Bob had to.
Yeah, so he knows that it's been
right.
It's been passed.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's definitely, he knows that Bob did it.
Okay.
So the party goes on. You watch a little bit more, and at this point, the guy that got in the scroll, Vincent, is attacked up on the top, and there's a great explosion, and the ship's on fire. So they're able to get it out of stuff, but the ship is damaged, and luckily they're able to land.
Okay. Where? It's a little water.
So, but they make it and they limp home. They use the magic and this stuff, but the ship's almost out of magic.
Okay.
So, but Wolfie and all them, like all the few that you know, they're okay. But when they get there, they realize that a lot of stuff's been happening at their camp.